Hi everyone, thank you for your support. And to the new ones, welcome to my channel. My name is Shema, I'm a visual artist and I work across a range of several mediums from digital tablet to oil paintings on canvas. I explore many themes like identity, memory, and other fascinating questions about human societies. My work sits at the intersection of storytelling, concepts, and my perception of the world. Through painting and digital art, I build visual narratives which explore spaces of limitless possibilities, creating an artistic world that transcends convention and offers a refreshing perspective on the power of imagination. I deem my art to be conceptual art. This video is part of a long form breakdown of one of my many artworks on my ongoing project, The War Within, Breaking Out of Perdition. This project follows the protagonist on his journey navigating trauma, awakening, soul searching, and ultimately the mechanisms that shaped his world, the perception of his world, literally, and himself. If you want to learn more about my artworks, you can go to my website, Graphartixry.com. You'll also find deeper art anatomy breakdowns there. So before I go any further, let me explain what art anatomy refers to. Art anatomy refers to the depiction, description, representation of any character, object, environment, the meaning of an idea, concept, or anything else that appears in my artworks. It brings together extensive explanations of the inspiration, setting, characteristics, components, opinion, and all elements deriving from them. Today I'm going to cover my first artwork on the War Within, Breaking Out of Perdition. The artwork is called Revelation. Stay in tune. Before I start the breakdown, I would like to remind you to please subscribe, like, follow, comment, anything you can do to support my channel. Thank you so much. Revelation is the first artwork in the War Within, Breaking Out of Perdition. It marks the beginning of the protagonist's journey and the beginning of an internal collapse. In this piece, a detained black man is thrown from a plane, suspended mid-air, falling through an endless sky. He believes he's going to die, but his fall is just not physical. It's psychological. It's symbolic. It is the moment when identity fractures and the awakening begins. Let's break down the symbolism behind Revelations. The body position, loss of control. His arms are stretched out. His posture is unstable. He's not flying. He's falling. This posture symbolizes vulnerability and the loss of agency. It reflects how marginalized individuals experience systems that shape their trajectory while denying them control over it. The clouds, disorientation and the threshold. The clouds are just not a background. They represent confusion, trauma, and liminality. Clouds obscure vision. They create fog. They remove clarity. This is a psychological space between ignorance and awakening, a threshold where identity is destabilized and perception fractures. He is not grounded, he is enlightened, he is suspended between words. The protagonist's expression, fragmentation of self. His wide eyes and open mouth capture terror, disbelief, and shock. This is the moment the self fractures. He is not just afraid of falling, he's afraid of what he no longer understands about his existence. In The War Within, this expression represents the collapse of certainty, the beginning of existential questioning. The plane, the system. The plane symbolizes the system. Society, institutions, history, power structure that claim to carry humanity forward. From the outside, the plane represents order and progress. Being expelled from it symbolizes rejection, being deemed disposable, being removed from the narrative. This is what it means to be thrown out of a system, historically, socially, and psychologically. The fall, the shock of dislocation. The fall represents the violent rupture of the self. It is the moment someone is forcibly separated from everything familiar, culture, history, safety, identity. This is the shock of displacement, the feeling of being thrown into the unknown with no control, no preparation, no explanation. In the war within, this fall is the catalyst. It is where the inner conflict begins. The endless sky, existential isolation. The vast sky emphasizes isolation. There's no ground, no future in sight, no reference point. This emptiness represents existential solitude, being untethered from history, community, and self-understanding. It is the void before truth is uncovered. Revelations as the catalyst. In the narrative of the war within, Revelations is the catalyst. It is the trauma that forces transformation. Without this fall, there's no awakening, no discovery, no confrontation, no liberation. Revelations is not just fear, it is the necessary collapse that precedes rebirth. This is the first stage before awakening, the shock before transformation. If you want to explore the rest of the journey from Planet of Truths to the Ritual of Race and many other upcoming projects, please subscribe to the channel, like, comment, and stay tuned for the rest of the breakdowns. Thanks for watching. The war begins within.